Alright, so now we're going to do a little bit of an update. We're going to use some Woodland Scenics Plaster cloth. It comes in a roll. It's pretty easy to use. All we need for turning these rough styrofoam, I'm going to be trying to smooth this out, put some sort of side to the hills here, is a bucket of water, Woodland Scenics Plaster cloth, one pair of scissors, and some paper towel for just in case. I found using paper towel actually helps for a couple of things. I use that instead of rolled up newspaper for the actual padding that goes underneath. So what we intend to do here is take our scenic cloth, cut it to shape and length, and kind of cover it here, get it sculpted. We leave it to dry. So from a length perspective, simply just cut along. It doesn't have to be entirely accurate. So we've got it going there. It's going to roughly fit. I'm going to have a bit of a problem here with the area I'm then going to ballast. And then I'm actually going to cut it into smaller chunks and work with each section individually. So I want to be able to form this here, for example. So I'm going to make my first piece of cloth I'll work with. Get rid of this part here. So it'll be short, just short of the cork road bed I'm going to use here. In fact, I'm going to make a mark here and have it come right up against flush. That's close enough. So that'll flush against my cork road bed there. And then cut it to right about here, which is where it'll start. Going down the incline. So you can see, not exactly have to be a science here. And it's simply a case of taking this, rolling it through the water. Just want to get it wet, doesn't have to be soaked here. It comes on damp. Lost my edge here a bit. There we go. Get it nice and flush against the cork here. And you literally just mold it as you go here. You want to make sure that you don't end up with any folds in the cloth, because that'll just dry out as really obvious that you've got a fold in place there. You can see here, just fill in the holes, give it a rub with your finger. That gets all of the plaster released there. And when it dries, it'll dry like this, nice and solid. That's why it's important to make sure that all of the holes here are filled. Otherwise, obviously, when it comes time to paint it, you're going to have these little gaps that the paint's going to have to get in before you can put the ground cover in place. Just wet it up, and I'll let this piece here dry. I'll smush around some of this part. No need for you to see all of that though. And I'll come back to it once it's dried off and you can see what it looks like. We'll do a little zoom into at that time.